around 1 o'clock, normally hanging over at YouTube. Hi to all the Luminaires on YouTube. But I'm also chilling out here in Facebook world. I hope you're doing well. This is the Friday before Halloween, Halloween being one of my favorite holidays. I'm pretty pumped about that. I'll go live on Halloween so you can see my costume. You can take some guesses if you'd like, but you know, I'm not going to give out any hints. So I was thinking today, I didn't really have a topic or something that I wanted to come and say, hey, this is something I would like for you to know or be aware of. And the thought in my head came up saying, make that decision. Well, I was like, what decision am I going to make? They're like, the decision to be you, the psychic you, the intuitive you, the whoever you that you are, make that decision. I was hanging out with a friend this morning for coffee, and we were talking about traveling and how restrictions and vaccination cards are now being demanded in some places to get in to go for coffee. And my friend is not vaccinated. And my friend was like, well, you know, kind of wanting to discuss kind of how to hide it just to get around the system. And I understood that viewpoint of, oh my God, please don't make me have to conform or choose against my wishes. And it sat with me. And I was like, I don't like that at all. I don't like that you're being put in that position. I would like for you to be able to stand up and say to whoever it is or whatever corporation or system and say, that's not how I am. I have the freedom of choice. And my choice is this, and it needs to be honored because I have the right to make those choices for myself. And we talked about that for a little bit. And it just, I guess, has been sitting with me a little bit stronger on how some views, I hear that I'm super blurry today. I don't know why, but that some views are so entrapping and we think we are applying love and gratitude or this kind of spiritual layer to things, but really we're just saying, I'm still stuck in this duality of systems, and this is what I'm valuing more. And if you can do this, then my praise and my love and my everything is on you. It's all yours. But if you're not going to do this, then I don't know how to handle it because you're not conforming. Because I've been taught that conforming is easy and it means good and it means okay and it keeps the peace and the balance. And conforming is, I don't know, in such a way, it's a disease. It's spirituality coming at a place from centered love and giving love to somebody else is really meant unconditional. That's our biggest drive. And if we're not able to be unconditional, then what are we doing? So having a good real check to make that choice where you are being who you desire to be. I mean, that can get real deep. We were talking a little bit about that in compassionate communication over the Mindful Soul series, which those of you who are there, I'm having such a great time teaching this, and I will absolutely be teaching it again in January. And in January, the mentorship group starts. So I am eyes wide open. I'm looking for 10 great people who are ready to start their spiritual journey as well as their spiritual business and launch themselves into the world. And if that's you, and you would like to go on a 10-month journey with me, we'll do readings every week. You'll be receiving other treatments from different facilitators or even life coaching. We'll do 22 lessons, kind of this group intensive where we take your business plan and who you are, your Enneagram, and we use nonviolent communication, compassionate communication in practice the entire 10 months. It is really a phenomenal journey. I just had the pleasure of actually being with the 2020 mentorship group. We gathered and rallied in a mountain house this month. And I'm still high from it and hearing all the wonderful things that they are doing in the world. We had such a blast hiking and hanging out. I love you guys. Hi, Ryan. It's good to see you here. Hi, Mitzi. Hi, Cece. My love goes out to you. Hi, Tina. Tina Tuttle, is it true you're headed to Peru with us? I think I saw your name on the list. I was doing some backflips. We only have one bed open in the Peru trip to Machu Picchu in April 2022. And it's designated for a male because you'll be sharing a room with another male. So we would love to hear from you if you are out there and you're thinking, Machu Picchu, I might want to do that. So it's open. There it is, Cece. Oh, see, my heart goes out to you. So much change. Cece went to a funeral on Sunday for her spiritual friend that had said no to the vaccine, and she died. She just says, I don't know. I just don't know. It's great. We're honoring everybody's making the choices they need to make. It's perfect. I know we don't enjoy hearing about transition or harm or illness or disease because they're not wonderful. But what comes from it, from everybody around experiencing it, is a learning position. And if it ends in transition, we're still in a place of loving and honoring that person for the journey that they co created. So it's beautiful. Hi, Barrett. So much fun. Shelly Ham, thank you so much for the financial energy over on YouTube. That is so wonderful and so sweet. We work really hard on YouTube to remove all the ads. We have no ads. So any video that you're watching here in my channel on YouTube, no ads, no disturbance. It is hard enough to absorb spiritual information without getting interrupted with something else. And you're like, wait, what? I was just finally getting it. And you have to rewind and go back and jump over those hurdles when we're done with it. So thank you so much for the donation. That really helps. Oh, Colleen is posting. Thank you so much for putting up the Mentorship 2022 link. You can head over there and look at all the details if that is you coming to a spiritual awareness and making that decision to be you. Because November is going to be cray-cray. It's from what I've been editing the transcript from what Maitland did yesterday with November Energy Update, and my head is all twisty. It is a lot to take in. You guys are so good. Yes, Tina is going. She's so excited. Yay. And Barrett is getting married in 8 weeks. Yay. So he won't be going to Peru, but maybe next time. Kristen is saying this, Winstead. My guides told me not to get the vaccine, and I still did because I couldn't handle the fear of getting sick or dying. I don't feel great about my choice, and I'm having side effects for 5 months now. I felt like it was a no-win situation. I don't enjoy hearing that you felt like you were sandwiched between, needing and not needing and following guides. And I'm hoping that you get to a place, Kristen, where you make some peace with the choice that you decided, and sending you love, energy, light, healing to you to clean that body out the way that it needs to be to exist with the vaccine for what it's doing for you. I don't enjoy hearing side effects and all those things as well, but we have to see that in that experience, you're learning or gaining some insight from it as well. It's not just a cause and effect thing. It's not a cause and effect. Yeah, there's Maitland's energy update. If you have not seen it, you got to go check it out. In fact, it was so much that we're going to be doing a class next Friday just to talk about the crystals and the chakras that she mentioned of, let's see, the heart chakra is going to be needed the most. The solar plexus is going to be supported the most. and the throat chakra is going to be challenged the most. And so we're going to break that down into frequencies and why it's doing that for November and what crystals you can use to help balance it. Because after seeing the transcript just now, I'm kind of like, wait, what? We're going to do more. We have to do more. There's so much change right now, like revolutionary change. It's crazy in a good way. Julia B says, Maitland said she wants to do a class on the monthly stones. That's what I was just saying. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, we're doing it. Oh, Mike Clemens, thank you so much. You mentioned watching me on Channeling Eric was an eye opener. I like to hear that I was a part of an eye opening moment for you, but that also shows that you were ready to see. And that shows a lot of work on your behalf to get there. Yes, we hope to do the Mindful Soul series starting in January. So that'll be compassionate communication is the portion I teach, and Dr. Adeza teaches the mindfulness aspect. And we'll have that up coming up soon. I think we're going to stretch it out a little bit longer, so you're not in class twice a week, but maybe once a week, and then you can process a little bit more. It's really intense in a good way. Laura Turner, I'm seeing light enter me with my eyes closed. Is this what animals, are seen entering and leaving me? Yes, it is. Maitland says, yes, yes, it is. This is wonderful. Olivia, I was born in early November, but I was supposed to be born in January. So I'm really a Scorpio, but I don't feel like one. You might really feel like you could be Aquarius or a Capricorn, right? Do I have those right? Because I'm not big into astrology, so I don't really know. But I would definitely look at the potential time shift to feel more in alignment. Kristen, I'm so happy you're learning more about your body. I love reading the comments that you guys make. It's just so wonderful. So November is intense. November is full of extremes. The comment that Maitland made was November is the last tantrum of duality. It's like we're finally starting to separate it from so much. We're not doing this extreme praise, punishment, or reward and punishment, yes and no. We're starting to get more neutral, more gray, and move through life this way. And the duality can feel it, so it's just starting to rumble a little bit. And so for it to break, for it to be repaired, it has to break first. So we're going to see that breaking, the beginning of the breaking in November. But listen to the energy update. I don't think I do it justice. Nancy Garfinkel, a doctor I follow, is using I can't say that. How do I say that? Shots or IVs to help detox the body. Also, a herbalist in New Jersey called the People's Herbalist has an elixir that he's getting results. Ooh, that's nice. You can read her comment in the chat thread so you know what it is. I cannot pronounce it. Julie B, thank you. Tina Tuttle, thank you so much for the financial energy. That is so sweet for your donation. Thank you very much. That helps us. No ads. We're just hanging. Thank you very much. So I'd like to hear from you. What are some ways that you have found yourself not in alignment, but contradicting? So we have those thoughts of, I don't know, spiritual awakenment. Awakenment? We're going to make up words right now. Awakening, enlightenment, that was married, where we have those beliefs and we go, yes, that's who I want to be. And that's how I feel. And that's how I'm approaching life. And it's how I'm starting to even buy my food. I'm looking at organic. I'm looking at no chemicals. I'm looking at companies that make organic clothing or cleaner cleaning products, organic cleaning products. So maybe you're finding ways and expressing, but then all of a sudden you're in a conversation with someone and it's not going your way, or you're listening to a friend and you don't know how to give compassion or empathy to them, so you jump back to the dualistic and you say, "Ah, that really sucks for you. I know what that's like. I've done that myself." Or, "That's really awful for you. You really should go do this and buy that and get a reading or healing from that person. That'll fix it. That'll make it go better." Where we're just giving advice, we're just vomiting words onto those things that we're like, "Oh my god, I don't wanna see that fall apart. I love that person. I don't wanna see this or witness this or be next to it. I don't know how to manage that." So you just and you're not consciously making that decision that keeps you in alignment with your beliefs. You know, it's so much easier to be violent. So much easier. So, have you found yourself in that position, that duality? Uh, Jessica Barnes McRae is sharing, "I've been doing a lot of frequency and color healing on others, and it's amazing how fast it works." Love it. I've got this really cool glass, stainless glass rainbow fixture that you put up so that the sun can shine through it and it hits all of your chakras as a rainbow, filters that light for you. It's really incredible. Oh, Annie was just watching. I love the synchronicities as well. I'm behind on the chat thread. You guys are so amazing. Mitzi says, "Malin is amazing. I agree. She's been popping into my life quite a bit this year, and likewise to everyone. I've been dealing with a lot of change and loss. She reminds me to stay joyful at heart." Totally connect with that. She does pop up. I mean, she pops up, guys. She is not one of those spirits where you're like, "I wish, can you make it bigger?" I mean, you'll be doing something that's not funny at all, and you'll have a smile on your face, and you'll start to laugh, and you'll realize, what am I doing? Have I lost my mind? Nope, it's just the energy of Maitland coming over you, and you're like, okay, hi. And then you start laughing. You're like, oh my God, is this really happening? I don't know. But it's really fun. She does keep it lighthearted. I enjoy hearing that. Thanks. I received a message um, from Mike Clemens is saying, "I received message from the other side for 4 days before my brother passed. I didn't realize what the message meant until after my brother was killed." Might that happens. I just really hope that you're able to take a deep breath and not put any pressure on yourself for not being able to figure it out. I think sometimes when this happens, it's more for us to realize that we were being prepped and prepared so that a transition that was meant to happen, that was part of the plan, the destiny, however you want to word these things, that was part of the free will choice, isn't so much of a shock, isn't so much of a, a pain or a rattle or an interference of a frequency, so that we can go, okay, I can now link back to that and find some meaning in it about how it's associated to this transition. So now I can see that it's more of a divine plan, but it wasn't about you being able to be all knowing or provide any stop or interference. It's interesting how spirit will support us by giving us clues, but really not enough to interfere, but just so that you can look back and go, okay, this was meant to be. I'm sending you lots of love, Mike, in this moment of transition. Pamela Doan. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name right. We have a lot of transition happening now. I really need some help. My dad passed away last Sunday alone at the VA hospital. He had COVID pneumonia and 3 blood clots. Couldn't be with him, and I would just like to know if he's okay. I'm so broken without him, she shares, and I feel him close to me, but having trouble communicating for some reason. Pamela, and squeezing you. Just keep breathing, keep breathing. There'll be a moment where this, I don't know why I can't communicate feeling, or that arms length away feeling, like you know your father's with you, but you just want to see, hear him, feel him, just, be touched to something, We're looking for validation. It's a very human experience to say, I need this validated so now I can change my emotions. So we can't be upset at ourselves for wanting and yearning for that communication. It's how we develop community, it's how we feel supported. But at the same time, you're experiencing your grief and your bereavement, allowing yourself to process that and just be in it will allow it to move through you quicker than carrying it like some torch that neither you nor your father will need, because you're going to be developing a new relationship. I'm finally hearing that he's fine. He did have some anger. He was angry that he was left alone. No, not that he was left alone. He was told he had to be alone. So there were some rules in place because that's not what he would have wanted. But at the same time, he's sharing that he was relieved that he could be alone for the process, because then he could act and be the way that was necessary. And it all happened so fast and so quick. He was relieved about that. Um, okay, he wants you to know that he doesn't have pain and that he could breathe really well. He's back to running laps around anything he wants, whereas he couldn't be that way before. So he's just very happy about it. He says, give it time as the both of you figure out how to communicate. And that might demand a little bit of space so that you guys can both connect to how you're feeling. That's the big thing when we communicate to people who've passed on, whether it's your spiritual friend, your brother, your father, or even your beloved animal companion. Whew. It's like you need that new way of emotional communicating, because this mouth movement and word sharing is not necessarily how it goes when we're dealing with spirit, different dimensional planes. It's how are you feeling? And so you kind of tap into that a little bit more. For those of you who are really struggling with transitions, I always enjoy suggesting pen to paper, write out what you're feeling, write out everything. Just take the words that have just been cycling in your head and just drop it onto pen and paper and let it rest. If that's not doing you well and you don't feel like it's moving through you, seek counsel, whether that's life coach, friend, therapist, psychologist, just someone that resonates with you. Really advocate for yourself. Find that person that resonates. And once we get into feeling and we get it down on paper, we can move a little bit quicker with our psychic abilities, our intuitive abilities, because we're starting to speak its language. How do I feel? Part of the compassionate communication was 24, like this homework bit that I gave them, 24 hours consecutive. You have to state how you feel out loud before you say the sentence. Because it's sad, but as humans, we tend to only use a fixed amount of words, classically like 8 words to describe how we're feeling. And there's so many more nuances. So I'm reading, but I don't understand. I think it just flipped. Pure love ascension. Do you think color has consciousness? Well, that's a great question. What is consciousness? I know color has energy. I know it has a frequency. So that means it's in motion. There's nothing stagnant. Even though we call certain things inanimate objects, it's not inanimate. Do I believe it has consciousness? I don't know what to say to that one. I part of me says there's a possibility, a consciousness, but I'm also thinking that if it's a consciousness effort, then wouldn't the color be responding to us? Or wouldn't we have experienced it? That's like saying, does light have consciousness? It's interesting. I mean, it does so much for us. I always feel like there's a possibility for everything, and I wouldn't close it out. If I was vibrating on a different frequency, on a different dimensional plane, I very much feel like I could reach out to light and have a conversation. And that light expresses itself through color. So I don't know. I think you get the wow for insightful questions. Oh, Sheldon is sharing about the monthly energy update. Fascinated by all of Maitland's information yesterday that she gave. I work for a credit union. So for her information on the NCUA caught me off guard, but it is what it is. I will just ride the waves as they come. Ooh, Sheldon, you could be like our insight. Like, how's it feel over there? That'd be awesome. Oh, Kristen, you guys are such great sharers. This is why I love this community so much as Luminaires. We don't sit and take it. We feel so safe to put it out there and to share and to talk about it. It's really important. Uh, Amy Garcia, it's so good to see you here. I'm trying to hear and understand other people's opinions. I try to see myself in each person and their passion for what they believe. I believe most people have good intentions, thus, their passion. I like that. I enjoy hearing that. It's a really, I don't know, I can give a compliment on it, but compliments are just opinions and judgments anyways. So I like the strategy on this. There's my compliment. All right, I'm scrolling down because I feel like I'm very far behind. Kisha or Keisha M. How do you deal with keeping positive thoughts when constantly having negative results? My law of attraction always positive in my mind, but ends up negative or nothing. Ah, that's yeah. Let's look at that. I'm going to listen into team too, because when we look at our results, and let's say I am doing my law of attraction, I know what I want to manifest. I'm designing it. I'm in control. I got the goals and the goods. And ooh, my hair. And we put out like this is what it looks like in this box. Do you see it? This is only in this perimeter. And then we wait and we wait and we wait and we don't get it. Maybe something else shows up or maybe nothing shows up, but we don't get it. So how do we manage that? I like to look at, do you really, Keisha? Like, do you really know that what you're manifesting is the best for you? Colleen, I love Colleen Ziegler here. She's on the chat thread. She always, and that's a big statement, but I'm using it, Colleen. You always have this grace about you when I say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want. And you'll chime in, or better. And I'm like, but this is what we're going to do. And you'll go, or better. You're constantly reminding me of this. You're right. I'm working in this body. And though I have my thoughts, I might not know really what is best for me to receive. And so Colleen puts this tag, these words on top of what I'm creating. We're going to do this or better, this or more, this or what aligns to my highest health, wealth, and purpose. If I'm human and I'm seeking betterment, or I'm in this one place and I'm seeking betterment, whatever that looks like, that just looks like something different, right, from where you are, because the belief of getting something better is something other than where you are. And then the judgment of how it fits you defines it if it's better or worse. But here you are standing here. How are you going to know what's better for you if you're not already in it? So we're limited. We're limited little creatures that have these antennas that can feel more, see more, hear more. But sometimes we don't use them in that way because that sense of control, I've got to be in control. And when I'm in control, then it's solid. Then I know it's going to be real. Then I know I'm going to get what I am aiming for. But if I'm not in control, then what is going to be given to me? Like, that's a little sketchy to me. So, that not in control is actually very important. When you go to manifest, may Colleen's voice jump in and go, or better. So, when you've got this box, you say this or better. So, it might not look like this because or better is coming to you and it looks different. So, even though in the act of manifestation, if it comes to you and it's not what it looked like, have the trust and the confidence to say yes to what does fit. And if nothing's coming, then reassess, what are you really asking for? Is it really the best fit for you, or are you overstretching yourself? That would be my words. Practice positive thoughts are like a muscle. Keep working at it. It is. It's really like a muscle. Penny Axberg, when I close my eyes, I just see black. Do I wait for my guides to send messages, pictures, etc.? I love you are focusing on your eyes and what you're seeing. That's only going to be one aspect, Penny, of how your guides are going to communicate. So I'm going to take a guess that clairvoyancy is high up on your priority list because this is the way you're wording the question. So I would say these few things. When you close your eyes, roll your eyes up to the back side of your third eye, like you're focusing up here. So if you try it right now, you gently close your eyes. I'm not talking about squeezing your eyes like this to get it done. Just gently close your eyes and now roll them up so that you're looking here. You'll feel a strain sometimes for some of us on your eyes. That strain is the optic nerve being stretched as your eyes roll up. And that optic nerve runs right next to the pineal gland. So it's like giving it a little, hey, a little nudge, what you doing? Which is nice. The pineal gland is associated to the crown chakra on top of our head, which is that higher frequency energy that takes us, it's the bridge from here to there, from 3D to 5D, that kind of a bridge. So Penny, when your eyes are closed, roll your eyes up. Do your best to keep it there. It's going to take some practice, keeping your eyes relaxed there. Now, when you are relaxing your body or looking to start communication, I would like to suggest doing it right before bedtime when you're already exhausted. I know half of you are like, but I'll just fall asleep. And then what good will that do? Okay. But get tired, get into bed, lay on your back, not on your tummy, not on your side. I want you on your back. And I want one of your palms facing up. Hands are amazing. Hands are the way we reach out into our environment, how we grab hold, and how we translate who we are, how we get things. Hands up is receiving energy. We have these wonderful secondary chakras. Hands down is, I'm good, I don't need anything. So I want you to expand. So I want you on your back, you're tired. One palm up, and then I want the other arm in the air. I know, it's silly, but I want you to put your arm in the air. So you are on your back, your arm is perpendicular to you, your fingers are pointing to the ceiling. Your body's tired. Your brain is like, come on. Penny, this is crazy. I want to go to sleep. But your body's like, my arm's in the air. What this is doing is it's going to extend your hypnagogic state That is that moment between conscious and sleep, or awake and sleep, conscious, subconscious. And we want to stretch that out a little bit because in that, some crazy, really good stuff happens. A lot of body dysmorphia, a lot of I'm hearing voices, I'm seeing color. I want your eyes closed, Penny. I want you focusing on the back of your third eye. I want you to keep your body really relaxed, your arms in the air. When your arm starts to fall, because you're tired, just gently, very slowly, without moving any other muscle in your body, slowly put it back up and keep it there. And when it starts to fall again, when you recognize it, just stop it and slowly, no jerk movements, no like, I really got to do this and I got to try. No, I want you to convince your body to go to sleep with your arm in the air. That magic that happens there, Penny, that's what will rev up your all of your senses. How you're feeling, spirit might touch you. You'll get temperature shifts and changes. You'll hear externally music, voices. This is very common in the hypnagogic state, but I like for you to play in that territory because the brain is like changing. What's happening is you're staying awake, you're staying conscious, and the brain waves are dropping. When we're alert, it's called beta and it's pretty buzzy. And then you go into alpha when you're like in a daydream, but you're still awake. Theta is a sleep state, delta is a deep sleep state. And so your body is tanking and your brain is part of your body. So it's going, we're going to sleep, we're checking out, but you're awake because your arm's in the air. It's awkward. And so it stretches it. It's going to help you play with trance state and what your natural spirit communication abilities are. So if you like the way that I chit chat with you like this and, give out details, this is exactly how I teach class. It's a little silly, a little giddy, but I love giving exercises. I love for you to try it on. I believe that you learn more through experiences, not through just lecture and talking. I mean, for me personally, a lecture, it's nice, but the how to, the application of it, that's what makes that information, that knowledge settle in. So if you like the way that this works, head over to Learn It Live. I've been using Learn It Live platform. It's an educational platform for years. So I think I now have about 250 classes or more, 300 and something up there that you can surf through. The majority of them are 10 bucks. 30 minutes long. They'll have information, a handout, and exercises that go with it. Because I'm really interested. I'm deeply sincere about this. I'm really interested about you waking up. When you wake up, the next person wakes up. And then we're all waking up and we're all going to feel it. So this, by me providing time and education for you, that's my investment in myself. Because my world is going to change because you are interested in this, because you're making a difference for yourself. All the frequencies are going to feel it. It's going to be awesome. You are so welcome, Penny. Thank you. Kind of went off on a deep end there, but I really love it. Waking up, says Laura Nye, is an amazing feeling. It's such an amazing feeling. I want everybody to have it. Everybody. The Space Cadet Lottie says, I'm trying this tonight. Thank you. Oh, you often hear people and the sound of a tea party. Yes, a tea party going off like in some other room or out in the kitchen, the clinking of the stuff. Yes, as I drift off. Oh, it's so true. I hear music, full on, multi layered music, strings, the percussion. One night I heard drums and I was just furious. I wasn't doing my arm in the air. I mean, I was just drums for about an hour. And finally, I woke up my husband and I was like, if you don't go over and stop them from playing, I'm calling 911. He was like, what? So I was like, this is maddening. It's just a drum solo, no voice, no guitar, nothing. I was like, I've had it. It's 1 a.m. There's a noise ordinance. We're in a neighborhood. So finally, I turn off the alarm and I go out into the back porch, and I'm viciously gonna find out whose house just bought a set of drums. I'm scanning, and I can't figure it out, and I realize I don't hear it. I get back in bed and I get comfortable. Freaking drums come back, and I was like, "You know what? I'm calling." I got the phone. My husband's like, "Baby, baby, babe, 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 babe." I don't hear the drums. There's no drumming. I was like, "Listen, I know I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy, and I know what I'm listening to." Like, if I could write music, I could like, "Here's the beat." I'd tell him the beat, and he'd look at me real like, "Bless her heart." But this happens to us, you know? You're not alone. You got a tea party going on, I got a drummer boy, you know? We're just gonna get through this together because there's gonna be a lot more of this psychic activity as the month continues. We are at the beginning of a spiritual revolution. Here it is. Enjoy it. Let's approach it eyes wide open. Let's make that choice to be you in any situation, the easy ones and the hard ones. Let's do it. All right. Jumanji. Oh my God, Pamela. Pam, I love Jumanji. I love all the versions of that movie so much, especially the new ones. Oh, Dr. Julia Spinolo, I love you. I'm so excited to see you next week. You guys are awesome. Yes. Lorna, I'll see you next week in trance channeling class, which is going well. We're getting to the end of that one. And so we'll have another trance channeling series that will probably start maybe February or March. We're going to figure it out. I want to try to do 2 a year. So those people who are really interested in tapping into learning how to trance channel. And then now that we've had several people go through it, we'd love to get those people to give feedback and just help you understand how we're teaching it, how's it feel, did it work for them. Happy Halloween, guys. I'll definitely see you on Sunday for a little bit in full costume. Favorite time of year. I'm literally watching Maitland's update now. Ah, Sarah Robinson, that's so great. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here and for just giving your time so freely and being curious. Please encourage yourself, stay that way. And above everything, like if all this information doesn't settle with you and you're like, oh my God, I'm forgetting stuff, please choose happiness. Every time you have an opportunity to make a choice for yourself, prioritize you. It's not selfish, it's called self first. Choose happiness. Let's vamp this world's energy into higher frequencies. And that's the way that we're going to do it. I shall see you either in class. We're doing class next Friday on Learn It Live. And I'll be here again Fridays, 1 o'clock, most likely over on YouTube. Take care, everybody. Bye. I'll see you on Sunday.